What if everything the team has been searching for was never meant to be found safely? What if the island itself wasn't just hiding a secret, but actively resisting anyone who got too close? In Season 13, Episode 23, that's exactly how it feels. This isn't just another excavation. It's not another theory being debated in the war room. This is real digging at serious depth, where one wrong move doesn't just slow progress, it can put lives at risk. It begins as a controlled operation inside the T1 shaft, routine, focused, and carefully planned. But within moments, everything changes. The ground shifts. The walls start to give way. Suddenly, the team isn't chasing treasure anymore. They're dealing with a major underground collapse. It's the kind of moment that silences even the most experienced crews. The kind that makes everyone realize this island doesn't just hide its secrets, it protects them. Machinery shifts, earth falls, and control slips away. And just when it seems like things couldn't get worse, the collapse reveals something unexpected. Something that shouldn't be there. Hidden deep behind the shaft walls, untouched by drills and invisible to scans, was something sealed long before the team ever arrived. It wasn't discovered, it was exposed. What you're about to see could be the most dangerous moment of the entire season, and at the same time, the most important discovery Oak Island has ever revealed. Because sometimes, the island only shows the truth when everything else falls apart. To understand what happens in Episode 23, you have to look at everything the T1 shaft has gone through this season. The collapse wasn't random. It was the result of weeks of growing pressure, both geological and structural, building beneath the surface. From the start of Season 13, the T1 shaft was identified as a key target, the place where years of clues and data pointed to something significant buried deep below Oak Island. Focusing on it made sense, but it was never easy. The ground resisted at every step. Steel casing shifted under pressure. Unexpected rock formations appeared where none were expected. And the island's legendary flood tunnel system, designed centuries ago to stop exactly this kind of digging, kept doing its job, turning every inch downward into a battle. By Episode 23, the team had reached deeper than anyone ever had before. The data was promising. Signs of a sealed structure around 100 feet down, layers containing artifacts, and consistent non-ferrous metal signals that kept hope alive despite constant setbacks. Every step forward felt meaningful. Every discovery brought them closer. But going deeper comes at a cost. The more material you remove, the more the surrounding earth shifts to compensate. By this stage, the T1 shaft was deep, narrow, and surrounded by ground that had been slowly reacting to weeks of disturbance. The engineering team had been monitoring it closely. The readings were manageable, but just barely, and then that delicate balance broke. Like most underground incidents, the collapse came without warning. It started with a deep, unsettling sound from below, the kind experienced crews recognize instantly. Operators reacted right away. Systems spiked. Then the lower section of the shaft gave way as pressure and structural strain finally overwhelmed it. Debris poured in. It wasn't a total collapse, but it was serious enough to shut everything down immediately. Work stopped. The team was pulled back. In seconds, days of progress were buried under tons of displaced earth. The crew responded like professionals, calm, organized, focused on safety first. But beneath that composure, the reality was clear. This was close. Not theoretically close, truly close. The kind of moment that leaves your hands slightly unsteady and your mind racing afterward. And there stood Rick Lagina, usually the voice of history and meaning behind the search. But in that moment, there was something different, something more grounded. A realization that this island doesn't give up its secrets easily, and that every step forward comes with a price. The idea of the Oak Island curse has always felt mysterious, almost romantic. But here, it felt real. Then, once the situation was under control, after safety checks were completed, and the team began planning their next move, someone noticed something in the aftermath. And everything changed. In excavation work, collapses are usually bad news. They cost time, money, and push teams to their limits. But sometimes they reveal what was never meant to be seen. As the team inspected the damage inside the T1 shaft, one crew member spotted something unusual along the newly exposed wall. The collapse had stripped away a section beside where they had been digging, not through it, and what appeared behind it wasn't natural. It wasn't rock, it wasn't soil, it was empty space. Not the same vertical void discovered earlier in the season, but something different, smaller at first glance, yet clearly extending horizontally. And more importantly, it didn't look natural. The surfaces were too clean, too deliberate. This space had been shaped, built, and within that partially exposed area, still covered in debris but impossible to ignore, were objects. The reaction was immediate. No hesitation. You need to see this, right now. When the rest of the team gathered and looked into that exposed section, everything went quiet. What they're seeing doesn't need interpretation. It isn't a reading, a guess, or a theory. It's a constructed space, deliberately built, hidden for centuries, and sealed behind a wall no one ever intended to break through. And in the end, it wasn't careful planning that revealed it. It was the one thing everyone feared most: a collapse. What emerges from that hidden chamber isn't handled casually. The Lagina team approaches it the same way they handle every major discovery. Slowly, carefully, and with the understanding that documenting it properly matters just as much as uncovering it. What they recover isn't just a random collection of objects. Each item on its own is important. Together, they tell a much bigger story. The first piece brought out is a shaped stone. It's not natural or broken by chance. It has clearly been worked by human hands. There's structure, purpose, and precision in its form. The craftsmanship reflects skill and intention, closely resembling techniques used by medieval European builders, the kind seen in cathedrals, fortified religious sites, and underground chambers built centuries ago across Europe and the Middle East. Whoever made this knew exactly what they were doing, and they were here on Oak Island. The second object is metal. Small, carefully crafted, and marked with what appear to be deliberate inscriptions. The team can't immediately identify the symbols, but one thing is certain: they're not random. Historically, markings like these were used for identity, ownership, symbolism, or authentication. This wasn't something casually dropped or lost. It was created to represent something meaningful. It mattered to the people who placed it there. And that kind of meaning points to planning, not coincidence. Then comes the third object, the one that completely changes the mood. It's organic, partially preserved by the sealed conditions of the chamber. Dark, dense, and shaped in a way that suggests it once belonged to something larger. When the team's specialist examines it, the reaction is immediate and serious. This isn't recent. It was placed here deliberately, and whatever it came from, it was important. After that, the silence in the room feels different, heavier, more reflective. When you step back and look beyond the individual artifacts, the chamber itself becomes even more significant. Because this space wasn't detected. It didn't show up in scans. It wasn't predicted by drilling data. None of the team's working theories accounted for it. It remained completely hidden until the collapse exposed it. And that raises a much bigger question. If one hidden chamber could exist undetected for so long, how many more are there? The level of planning required to build a sealed horizontal space behind a shaft wall, one that could evade modern detection after years of investigation, is extraordinary. And if the builders did it once, there's every reason to believe they may have done it again, in other locations and at different depths. This isn't just a discovery, it's a glimpse into how the entire system might have been designed. Until now, the flood tunnels have been seen as Oak Island's ultimate defense, an ingenious system meant to flood excavations and stop progress. And they are exactly that. But this discovery suggests something more. Flooding may have been only one part of a much larger strategy, because this chamber represents something different. Not obstruction, but concealment. Instead of stopping people from digging, it prevents them from even knowing where to dig. You can't search for something you don't know exists. And for over 2 centuries, no one knew this space was there. What the collapse revealed wasn't just a hidden room. It revealed a method, a way of hiding things so effectively that even modern technology couldn't find them. This moment doesn't just unfold physically, it unfolds emotionally too. And it feels almost too perfect to be scripted. But it isn't. It's real, and it's happening to people who have spent years chasing this exact moment. It starts with danger, a collapse that reminds everyone just how serious the risks are. The Lagina brothers have always understood that. They've never ignored it. They've accepted it, respected it, and kept going anyway, driven by what they believe is buried here. This moment pushes that belief to its limit. And then, right after that danger, something extraordinary appears. Not just a clue, not just a theory. Proof. Rick Lagina's reaction says it all. The way he handles each object with care and attention. The way he studies the stone, the metal, the organic piece. It's not just curiosity. It's something deeper. There's respect in it, a sense of validation, and even a quiet weight. Like he's thinking about the years it took to get here, and the people who searched before him but never did. Rick has always carried the story of Oak Island with him. In this moment, it feels like the island is finally answering back. Marty, on the other hand, immediately shifts into action. Where Rick reflects, Marty analyzes. What does this change? What does it mean for the excavation? How many more hidden spaces could exist? And how can they move forward safely while making the most of this breakthrough? Together, they balance each other perfectly. Rick brings meaning. Marty brings direction, and they now stand at a moment that could redefine everything they thought they knew about Oak Island. A collapse no one wanted. A wall that suddenly gave way, and behind it, a space untouched for centuries, hiding objects no scan detected and no drill ever reached. The team faced one of the most dangerous moments of the season and came out of it with discoveries that could completely change how we understand Oak Island's underground system. Episode 23 makes one thing clear. This island still holds secrets we don't even know how to search for yet. And that collapse, chaotic and frightening as it was, became the moment that forced the island to reveal something new. It wasn't planned, it wasn't controlled, and yet, somehow, it turned out to be exactly what needed to happen. What it revealed is going to shape every decision the team makes from here on. The danger was real. The breakthrough is real. And what they've uncovered points to a level of design far more complex and far more intelligent than even the boldest theories ever imagined. Maybe that's the most important realization of all. Because for years, the story of Oak Island has been about persistence, returning again and again to the same ground, the same ideas, the same targets, believing that eventually something would give. But this moment suggests something different. It suggests the island doesn't just hide its secrets under layers of soil and stone. It hides them behind assumptions, behind ways of thinking that feel logical, but may only reveal part of the truth. What if the system was never meant to be understood through digging straight down? What if it was designed to mislead, to guide searchers in certain directions while quietly hiding the real answers just out of reach? The discovery of that hidden horizontal space changes everything. It introduces a new way of thinking, that what matters most may not be directly below, but just beyond, just beside, just out of sight. And that shift changes the entire search. Now every wall becomes a question. Every untouched section of Earth becomes a possibility. Every unusual reading, every anomaly, every inconsistency in the data might not be a mistake. It might be a clue, a sign that something is there, just not where anyone expected it. The team isn't just digging deeper anymore. They're thinking differently. And that shift, from depth to design, from force to understanding, might finally be the key to unlocking what this island has been protecting for centuries. But with that realization comes a new kind of tension. Because if the system is this complex, if it was built with this level of precision and foresight, then whoever created it wasn't just hiding something valuable, they were protecting something important, something worth building an entire underground network to conceal. something worth keeping hidden for as long as possible. And now, for the first time, that system has been disrupted in a way no one expected. Not through careful strategy, but through accident, through a moment of instability that briefly broke the island's control and exposed something it had kept hidden for generations. So the question becomes, was this just chance, or was it inevitable? Because when you look at everything leading up to it, the pressure building over weeks, the exact section of wall that gave way, the space revealed behind it, it almost feels too precise to be random, as if the search didn't just reach a breaking point, but triggered one. That idea is both exciting and unsettling. Exciting because it suggests they may be closer than ever. Unsettling because it hints they may still be seeing only a small part of the bigger picture. If one hidden space remained undetected for this long, how many more are still out there? How many layers are still intact? How many walls are still standing, holding back pieces of a story that has never been fully uncovered? And more importantly, what happens when those walls start to fall? Not just one, but many. Because discoveries like this don't just reveal something new. They put pressure on everything around them. They shift the balance. They open pathways that were never meant to be opened. And the deeper the team goes, the more unpredictable things could become. The island has always resisted, but now, it may be reacting. And that brings the search into an entirely new phase, one where the greatest challenge may not be finding treasure, but understanding the system designed to protect it. Now I'd like to hear your thoughts. Do you think this horizontal chamber connects to the sealed structure discovered earlier? What do you think the markings on the metal object mean? And how many more hidden spaces could still be waiting behind walls no one has broken through yet? Until next time, one thing remains clear. Oak Island doesn't give up its secrets easily. But every once in a while, when no one expects it, it does. Please subscribe to the Timefold channel, and don't forget to like.